Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'll share with you how to spot a strong zone and how we can trade it. It can be applied in different instruments, not only Forex, but for this analysis and for the purpose of learning, I'm going to explain on a real-time example on Aussie Canadian dollar. The real-time examples are the problems that we face most of the time because we are trading, we are not looking at the historical data. This is the trading setup that I posted yesterday and the trading scenario. So I'm going through all the details with entries, stop loss, targets, and everything else, and how we can spot this. So let's prepare from the scratch. I'm going to move on the 4-hour time frame. As a beginning, we are going to look at for a strong resistance zone or a strong supply zone. As long as the price was moving up, I was looking at for a possible retest of this area here, and by this for a possible selling opportunity. However, the market doesn't have to respect every time the same movement. That is why we don't have to expect for the price to move up. We have also set up on other time frames. If it moves up, this is a 4-hour time frame, and it will offer us a selling opportunity from this area. If we are in a bearish movement, what we are going to look at as a strong zone, or how to spot the resistance, the support zones. When the price moves down, we can see that this area was tested many times. So if the price moves down in this zone, this will raise the chances that we may see another bullish movement. So it's simple overall, but it's also more difficult to be applied in practice. If we are a short-term trader, we have to look at on a lower time frame as well. And here we are on our analysis. So we are looking at on a 60-minute chart. Despite the fact that I was expecting this movement to continue higher, on a lower time frame, I'm going to delete this, we can see that the price was rejected in this area here. So look at how many times it was tested. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we can see that this area is holding very strong during the previous days, near to 0.8990. Sorry. This is a very strong area where we can see how the price reacted. Look at the candles. Every time that it was tested, the price moved down. Also here after it was tested. And yesterday we had even a bigger movement. However, it is not supposed that this setup cannot be invalidated. As you can see, the same technique was applied on a 4-hour time frame, and it's also applied on a 60-minute time frame. This support zone is showing to be very good. So what we can do is that we may anticipate a bearish movement from this area. So let's hope that the price doesn't spend more time, otherwise it could be a risky setup because it can break up again. What I'm looking at after this final retest, because the last wave was very big, I'm looking at this for the first impulsive wave, a small correction, and another movement down. The targets that I'm looking at are based on the structure. So this is the first target, let's say, that I'm looking at. It's a small target because also the pattern is a 60-minute chart. Another one that I'm looking at is near to this zone here, is very small. Look at where we had structure. So this is the first structure zone, the second structure zone, and I'm looking at for a bigger movement if something happens near to the base of this area. I'm not looking at for the price to take the profits here. It can come also in this zone, but every time that the price is going to come near to this area, we can see the buyers to join, so probably it may not reach the bottom. That is why I'm looking at somewhere in this area where it was tested several times and we have many candles in this zone. So this is the trading scenario that I'm looking at. and why I'm looking at for a bearish movement. On the other hand, we have to be careful because we are not market makers. The movement that I'm looking at can continue in all these three targets, but we have also to be careful because it can happen that we can see any movement up. It can happen from news. Also, on the other hand, we have seen that the market is moving in a chaotic way because we are on the summer season as well. There is no volume and can be manipulated easily, so this is another problem. And if the price will move up, the stop loss should be above this area. So it depends from your trading style. You should look at to take it near to this zone, but not exactly, somewhere above this area, given that we have the selling pressure in this zone, and it has to be higher, not in this red zone here. The chances are that if we are going to sell from the market price or around to this zone, we have to be prepared also that it may rise a bit more before it moves. So this is our trading scenario. If the price moves above the red zone, then just forget about the trade because it can take different directions. It can also move up aggressively. So far, the price proved that this zone is very strong. We have sellers that are well positioned, and the chances are that it can drop. What it can do later is another topic. So this is the trading scenario that I'm looking at. It's very easy to spot the strong supply areas or demand areas, or the strong resistance zones on the upper side and support zone on the lower side. But what we have to be prepared is a trading plan all the time. So I hope you guys enjoyed this analysis and also educational material. I hope it was useful. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to hit the like button and follow. Bye bye.